Hello, my name is Olivia Bueno, and I will be discussing the impact of encryption and confidentiality of data. Before bringing you through my website on my project topic, I'll first explain how I created the website. I created 6 different web pages in this project. These pages are the index, the page shown now, purpose, effects and impacts, technical aspects, relationship to data, and a reference page. I created each of these pages using HTML files on a program called cPanel shown here. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Markup language is a set of markup tags. HTML documents are described by HTML tags which describe different document content. To make an HTML file, you enclose the entire file in an HTML tag. Inside these tags are head tags and body tags. In the head tags, you can store information about the page itself. The body section is where you put the content of the page. All the displayed text, images, hyperlinks, and more is contained in these tags. I use CSS properties to style each web page. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet and is used by web pages to help keep information in proper display format. I used both internal and external styled web pages. An internal style sheet holds the CSS code for the web page in the head section of the particular file. You use style HTML tags, showed here, in the head section of your web page and add the customizations here. An external style sheet is a CSS file that you link your website to. This is my CSS file. This makes it so that whatever you change in the CSS file will affect every page that is linked to it. When using an external style sheet, you must reference the style sheet in the HTML page that is using it. This is my reference in one of my pages. You can then use the classes and IDs written in the HTML pages to customize the objects and figures in the external style sheet. I used this sheet to add the same background and banner to each web page. I also was able to customize the headings, pictures, links, and tables on the web pages. I created my logo, banner, and background using an online photo editor called Pixlr. In this program, I could optimize my picture using many features such as layers, filters, textures, cropping tools, and much more. To create a logo, I use the title of my project topic, an image about my topic, and layers to make it. To create my banner, I used my logo I created and a background that I filtered and textured, along with the project title. I also used layers to create the banner. I resized the banner to 800 by 200 pixels to make it fit attractively on the web page. To create the background image for my web page, I changed the size of an image I found online to about 1000 pixels wide by 600 pixels high. I created the animation GIF on my web page using easygif.com. I used 3 images: my logo, an image related to my topic, and a picture of myself. I changed the delay time to 150 and saved the animation to my computer in order to upload it to my website. So now I'll walk you through my website about encryption and confidentiality of data. Encryption is very important today, especially regarding the confidentiality of data. Encryption is a method that allows us to keep our information secure, especially on the web. This topic has a great impact on society and culture today, and this website will help strengthen your knowledge about the innovation. On this webpage, I describe the purpose of encryption by providing a clear description of its intended purpose, such as the problem that the innovation has solved, the opportunity that the innovation has created, or the discovery that the innovation made possible. Confidentiality is the protection of personal information. Examples are financial information, such as credit or debit card numbers, and health information. Encryption, also known as cryptology, is an efficient method to protect this type of information from unauthorized parties. This image shows the process of encryption. It has been a key component in protecting information confidentiality throughout history. An important agency that deals with encryption is the National Security Agency. This is the logo. This agency is a world leader in cryptology and has used this method to accomplish many goals for the United States, such as protecting and discovering significant secrets. The video on my webpage shows an introduction on data encryption. This page explains the effects and impacts of encryption. First off, this is a video I created to show the impact of encryption. I used my cell phone, which is an iPhone 6, to record this video. I edited the video using YouTube Editor and published it on YouTube. What do you believe of the impact of encryption and confidentiality of data?
I think this topic is really important and beneficial today because it protects my personal information and access to the information. For example, my credit card information, what I'm searching on the internet, my passwords to my computer, all of that is protected.
There are many benefits of encryption that have impacted society today. To the left shows a table that shows the impact of encryption according to age and gender. I created this graph using data received from a survey I made using Google Forms. A benefit of encryption is keeping all your private information safe or confidential on the internet. We store, share, and transmit a large amount of personal information on the internet. It holds passwords and usernames to websites, financial information, and much more personal information. When using online sites, all the information you share is encrypted. Modern computer-based encryption uses public encryption to protect the data. A harmful effect of encryption is its availability and popularity. Most people today are aware of the innovation, meaning it is very easy to use. By having this knowledge, anyone can learn cryptology and use it to hack information, which is common today. Encryption has made a large impact on society today. As explained in Part C, encryption has made it safer to do activities on the internet. One example very popular today is online shopping. According to the statistics portal, in 2015, 205 million U.S. citizens were online shoppers and had bought merchandise online at least once. This value comes from the graph to the right, showing the number of digital shoppers in the U.S. from 2014 to 2019. When online shopping, you enter financial information when paying, which is very private information. If it was stolen, someone could retrieve all your financial information and use your money without you knowing. Encryption prevents this from happening because this information is encrypted when sending from the web user to the online store. This has largely impacted society because of the popularity of online shopping. Encryption has impacted more than just the field of computer science. Another field is the military. In the military, encryption and decryption is used for many reasons, such as protecting communications, containing vital information, and retrieving information about enemy attacks. One of the most important encryption events was the decryption by the Allies of the German Enigma cipher in World War II. The messages deciphered were German military messages enciphered with the Enigma machine, shown in this picture on the left. Decryption of this cipher allowed the Allies to read important segments of German radio traffic on important networks. This information was very useful as a source of military intelligence. Another event was a break into an important Japanese cipher by the U.S. Army Signals Intelligence Service. This shows that encryption is a very important military technique in order to send and hide messages when communicating. This page shows the technical aspects of encryption. Every day, people interact with encryption, especially when using the internet. One example being messaging on the internet. We message every day using applications such as our email. In order for the data in these messages to be secured, encryption is used. There are two types of encryption methods, symmetric and asymmetric. They're shown in this image to the left. Symmetric key ciphers use the same key for encrypting and decrypting a message or file. Asymmetric cryptology uses two different linked keys, a public one and a private one. To use these methods, the user sends a message using the private key so that only those who have the public key are able to decrypt the message to view it. A way a person can be allowed to contain these keys are through certificates. Encryption and algorithms go hand in hand. Algorithms are mathematical procedures for performing encryption on data. Encryption uses algorithms to translate original data into cipher data to be kept secret to a group of people and being sent through a network like the internet. Some examples of encryption algorithms are Blowfish, AES, RC5, and RC6. Blowfish is a symmetric encryption algorithm designed by Bruce Schneier in 1993. This method is a 64-bit block cipher that uses a key length that can vary between 32 and 448 bits. Bit is a short for binary digit, which is the smallest unit of data in a computer. It is numerically represented by a combination of 0 and 1s shown in this image on the right. Blowfish is used for protection of many things on the internet, such as email encryption. On this page, I will describe encryption's relationship to data, such as how it transforms data and a data privacy concern related to it. During encryption, the data, referred to as plaintext, is encrypted using an encryption algorithm and key. This generates ciphertext, which is the translated text, which can only be viewed in its original form if solved with the correct key. Decryption is the opposite of encryption. There are two ways data can be ciphered: substitution and transposition. In substitution ciphers, the ciphertext is created by replacing the original words of the plaintext with symbols and other letters, but kept in the same exact order. An example of the substitution cipher is shown in this image to the left. Using transposition cipher, the plaintext remains the same, but the order in which it was put together is mixed up. There are privacy and security concerns related to encryption. As mentioned before, encryption is popular. It can be easy to discover hidden information if having the proper knowledge. For example, an issue from this year with the Apple company. This is Apple's logo to the right. In Apple products, individual security and privacy is a very critical feature. To protect users' data, Apple uses iOS encryption. The federal court made an order that requested that Apple create a new version of iOS that allows law enforcement to bypass key security settings in order to rapidly brute force a series of password guesses to unlock its encryption. This would remove the time delays between wrong passwords and allow for electronic submission of a thread of potential passwords as opposed to the requirement of each entered in manually. Once a way to bypass the code is revealed, the encryption can be solved by anyone with the code. Apple continues to fight this issue in order to protect their security features. The last page is the reference page showing the websites and sources I used when creating this website. The most useful website source I used was the Wikipedia page about cryptography. This website explained encryption very well and mentioned important information I could use in my webpage. I did not use a lot of this information directly on my page, but it would allow me to further research headings mentioned. For example, it showed the history of cryptography. In this section, it mentioned military use of encryption. It also mentioned the different types of encryption, such as symmetric and asymmetric, which I also used in my website. It also showed me the involvement of the National Security Agency in the use of encryption, which was also a point made in my website. Thank you for watching my video about encryption and confidentiality of data. For more information, click on the link below to visit my full website.